everybody, it's Anthony with Genesis Rescue Systems. Today we'd like to show you a dash roll while making proper and thorough relief cuts using several different tools. As you can see, we've already removed our door, so we're going to move forward and continue the process of the extrication by rolling the dash. We're going to be using the Genesis S44 E-Force 24-inch spreader, the Genesis E-Force 31-inch push-pull ram with angled V-heads top and bottom, and the Genesis C195 high-strength steel cutter with rotatable handle and removable blade inserts. The first step we want to take is to remove the fender. By doing this, it helps us to see the anatomy of the vehicle and where we need to make our clean and thorough relief cuts. The second step is going to be to make access underneath our hood area to help us see where we need to make our relief cut for our pivot point. With this maneuver being done now, we can see the anatomy of the vehicle and the unibody construction. So we're going to need to make relief cuts down here thoroughly, and also up here for a pivot point. You can also do a pie cut up here as well for the pivot, also keeping in mind that we want to make this cut behind the shock mechanism, not in front of it. When making your cut here, we always want to try to cut this cut first instead of coming in here first. This will stop the cutter from walking around and hitting up against the seat, side-loading the cutter, or making contact with the patient. Also notice how I keep my cutters stored. I always keep them open, ready for the next maneuver, saving seconds. Now to cut the unibody construction. Cutter opened all the way. Notice the use of the rotating handle ergonomically. Come in here. Also notice the ease of the control mechanism, how I can control this on the outside of the tool, making it easier for the user. Our final cut will be cutting the A-post. Now that I have my ram in place with the angled V-heads attached top and bottom in support underneath the rocker, I can start to do my push. Once the ram is secure, I can take the Genesis E-Force ram and turn it outwards, making this much more room for patient access. That is our full 31-inch extension. However, if we needed to, we can add a 10-inch or a 5-inch extension to the ram for longer pushing. As you can see, as we mentioned earlier, thorough relief cuts and clean relief cuts will allow you for a much more efficient dash roll or dash lift, if you will. You can now see that we should have more than enough room with the 31-inch push to get the patient out of the patient compartment. And you can also take note of the angled V-heads, how they were able to grip with no slipping, and we did not have to use a ram jam or a rocker panel support in place. Thank you, and stay safe.